What's up, how you guys doing? Having a wonderful day. So in this video we're gonna be having a price action check, trying to analyze and doing some bit of advance or when it comes to actually analyzing the market. So before we get any further, make sure you like the video so we can uh get the algorithm to actually push the video, so we can help other people to actually see the video. So yeah, man, before we get any further, I just want to talk about, like, I was reading a lot of comments regarding CPI. So what happens in CPI? We had this trade on the Euro USD and the Pound USD. I think a lot of people that follow the channel that saw that we already had a sell long time ago. So what happened on the CPI, the market decided to actually push up. So this candle happened on the CPI. So let me just highlight for you. This candle decided to actually push up on the CPI, going up. So a lot of people were laughing and commenting, that's how am I holding the trade now, because it decided to actually push up. And it's really was a very sad moment for me, because a lot of people still don't understand what swing trading is and how does swing trading works, you know. So guys, you need to understand that swing trading doesn't get affected by any news event, anything that happens on the market short term, but it's always based on something that is going to happen long term. So I wasn't shaken by what happened on this up move, because I already explained the whole entire move, what is going to happen, looking at the bigger picture. So you don't have to be shaken when these kind of events happen, CPI, PPI and all those news, when we are holding a trade for a long term. This is the very stress-free way of actually trading the market and becoming profitable, because you are just looking at the longer picture. Obviously, if I was just looking at this picture here, I would have been sad, because it would have went against me, but I really didn't care, because my entry was just up. As much as my profits got reduced, but my entry was very far apart from the whole event. And then today the market decided to actually say, no man, our overall move is going down. So it decided to drop, and then everybody now is quiet. Like I said, it really doesn't matter what happens today. What matters is the overall trend, ne? Overall trend. So don't be taken by these kind of news. Okay, so guys, first thing first, I want to talk about this trade of the Euro USD, ne? So like we've spoken about the whole structure of this move. You see here it created a lower low, and then here it created another lower low. So basically, in terms of structure, the market has been showing a huge downtrend. By just looking at this structure here, has been broken for some several time. So it's almost like a 3D, if you could place it like a 3D. So it created lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. So I'm expecting another low coming to this point now. So coming to this point, the market might drop and come here again, and then decides to push up. But not just looking at that, for a downtrend, there's something that we've spoken about. For those who are in the channel, we've spoken about this Quasimodo here. So we have here a nice shoulder, this shoulder here, and then we have the head, and then obviously this low was not equal to this low, showing a structure breaker. And then if I just draw a horizontal line just on this spike, on this peak of the candle, you saw this is where the market decided to actually drop. So you can see this is where it decided to drop. So there is a nice move going down. We're still on a very nice sell, But there is a concern that I have when I look at it. This is my concern. I just saw something it's trying to do on the lower time frame. This entire thing. Okay, let me just zoom it in. So if you can see here, there is some sort of an activity that might happen here. So if you look at this base and you look at these spikes here, you see that this position might be a high probability that the market might decide to do a U-turn. But you see, we have a shoulder here of the bypass mode. We have a shoulder, and then we have a head, and then we have a base here. So this base is just here. If I just highlight the base here, there it is, this base. So I'm a bit skeptical or a bit nervous, but since I know the entire movement of the market, at this point there's a high probability that this is gonna fail, it's gonna break and decide to go down. So this might break and go down, even if it decides to actually react on this QML here. But I don't see it holding, breaking, because this QML is only on the 4 hour, not on the daily time frame or the weekly time frame. So this is the lower time frame QML. So it might break here. It's gonna break, basically, not it might, it's gonna break and decide to actually drop, and it's gonna come up. Something is gonna decide some sort of a demand here, but we only focus on this move right now. So we're still on a good sell on the Euro USD. So let's go check out the pound dollar. Okay, there it is, the pound dollar. Let me just delete here. So if you're still new to the channel, make sure you click the like button, guys. It is very important to actually click the like button to actually make this channel grow. I've been trying to reach 10k views. 10k subscribers has been super hard. So please subscribe and help me achieve that goal of me actually reaching 10,000 subscribers. I will really appreciate. So guys, it's the same thing, the Euro USD and the pound dollar. This has the same similar thing. You see at this point, you see this low, and then we have another low at this point, this low, this low. So actually this was just showing you that when the market is moving like this, is actually showing you, for those who trade smart money concept, it might say break of strata or change of strata, whatever they call it, but it's the market structure has been broken, you know. So it's something that you always need to ask yourself, is the market structure has been broken, where the market is going. So you can see here the structure has been broken, and then unfortunately the same thing happened on the event. This candle was a bit annoying. This entire candle was annoying. This buy here just decided to actually push the market, because we actually had a sell at this point, and then it decided to actually push it up. But as I said, long term we're on a sell, so it's going down now, because long term we're on a sell. But looking at your sell, we are still safe on your sell here. You are still safe on a sell. I don't know why it's so annoying and just staying at this position right now. This position right now, it's a bit annoying. So we are still safe on a sell. So cause why we are still safe on a sell, if you can see your left hand side, let me delete this because it's kind of confusing for me. Let me delete this. So as you can see on your left hand side, look at your left hand side, you can see, okay, this here, this was a hold, just explaining price action. This was a hold, a resistant at this point. This was just resistant. This was resistant. So if it was resistant here, there's a whole liquidity of stop loss at this point. there's a lot of stop loss at this point, so the price decided to actually push up and take out all these stop loss at this point. So that's how the shoulder actually get created on the Cosmote. So this is a shoulder and then this is a head. So the head always take the stop loss and then decides to go down again. So since the stop loss has been taken here, obviously there is stop loss have been taken here. What they're gonna do, they're gonna take another stop loss for the sell at this point. So if I could draw here a resistance, you can see this was a nice, let me just show it clear for you. So this was a nice resistance at this point, this was a nice resistance at this point, a nice, this was resistance and this was support, sorry about that. This was resistance and this was support. So there was a lot of stop loss at this point, a lot of stop loss at this point. So the price have to take stop loss up and down. So they've taken the stop loss at this point and then decided to take the stop loss from the buyers at this point. So that's why they decided to drop. So these zones are high liquidity now. These are high liquidity zones. So when the price gonna go down here, gonna go up to this resistance, you can see it's holding this resistance. It's exactly at this resistance. So this is where it's gonna turn, because there is no one actually selling. So we're expecting a huge sell here. Let me just show it clear for you so you can see proper. We're expecting a huge sell going down because there is no order. There is no one selling now. The liquidity is gone. So there is no order. So it's still a nice sell, because you can even see after what happened on the CPI, there was no major damage. Basically nothing major really happened, because it never went above the stop loss. It didn't even went even closer. You see, it never went above the stop loss, so it respected the stop loss. So it's still gonna sell on my side. I'm still waiting for a sell here, actually completing the pattern. So enough about Euro USD, the pound USD. I think we have talking so much about it. Let's go and check the gold and see what is happening on the gold. I haven't sold the gold for quite some time as well. Okay, let me just delete here. While I'm deleting, make sure you please like the video and subscribe if you're still new to the channel. I will appreciate that. So this is what's happening on the gold right now. You can see the whole structure on the gold, by just not even analyzing. We're on a huge buy. Yeah? This is a very huge buy going up. But if you can see the gold right now, it's showing so many mixed sign, because you can see here there is a shoulder and then there is a head and there's another shoulder. It's almost like a head and shoulder has been created here. So if I could just draw a horizontal line here, this looks like a head and shoulder, if I'm not mistaken, guys. This looks like a head and shoulder. This looks like a head and shoulder, a nice head and shoulder. So this is a shoulder here, this is a head there, and a shoulder here. Okay, shoulder. Let me just draw it for you. So we're trying to analyze what is happening and what to expect on the gold. So here at this point, it's not a good idea to go for a sell on a bullish market. Nah? I've explained that you always have to go with the overall trend and try to actually analyze according to the trend. So as much as this might look as a head and shoulder, probably we are just viewing things the way we want to view it. So a best way to do is to actually go for a buy. So let me just analyze here. So here at this point, I just see a nice QML here, and QML work very nice on the gold. QML don't work as strong on Nasdaq, but on the gold it's so powerful. So what I might expect is this QML at this point. So what we have here is a shoulder, this is a shoulder, and then this is a head. So there's the structure being broken here. This low is not equal to this low, So I'm expecting a QML level at this point. You see, here's your QML level, and then this is where you're gonna decide to actually sell. This is where you're gonna decide to sell. So the price might go up and then decide to actually drop. So please bear in mind, I've explained this. I'm gonna try and emphasize and make it clear for everyone. This trade is not a high probability trade. This is a very risky trade. You can't go all out on this trade. Much as it's a QML, but I will give it probably 60% chances of it working out because of this. What I'm looking here, this higher time frame is actually telling me it's gonna be high time frame basically is telling me the buyers are in control. So this trade on the gold, there is a chance it might work, there's a high chance it might fail as well. So it's more of a 60-50 percent kind of trade. So this is the setup I'm looking at on the gold, and bear in mind the stop loss is gonna be huge because it's gonna be just above here, you know. So it's not a very good trade, but this is what I see on the gold. But it would have been better if we saw a buy Quasimodo, but I don't see any setup for buy at all. I'm only seeing sell opportunities, so there is no much activity on the gold. So let's go to our current USD ZAR. So we had the setup of the USD ZAR, guys. The USD ZAR, I shared it on my Facebook account. So USD ZAR was the easiest setup. First thing first, talking about Quasimodo on USD ZAR was very easy to spot on the daily time frame. So we had a shoulder here, you see this shoulder, and then we have a head, and then this was the proof that this was gonna drop. So we have this low just creating lower lows, showing it the structure is being broken, and then you see here a structure is gonna be broken, structure being broken at this point. So if you just look at this point, just use your logic. So this low, it started from this lower low and to this lower low. So this low was lower than this one, and this low was lower than this one. It's only telling you one thing: the markets want to go down. And then here you have your Quasimodo, your shoulder and your head. So just draw a nice Quasimodo here. So you see, this is where the market decided to react. So this was the first clue that we had, but we had another clue that I saw on the which I shared basically on the group, our group. So this what was happening here. We had these spikes showing us a lot of activity was happening here. These was a lot of spikes showing us that there's a lot of activity happening. You see this spike, and then there's a spike, there's a spike, and then they left the base candle. This base candle is an FTR base candle because of it's on a high significant level after breaking a support level. So it broken this resistant level. Okay, let me just explain it nice and clear for you. So this was coming up, this was resistant, and then resistant became broken, it became support, and then it tested support for some several time, it tested support from some several time, it tested support for some several time, and then decided to break it. Just after breaking it, it left the base candle, showing it this level is very important. So what we had on the higher time frame, they showed us a structure of a nice sell of a Quasimodo that it's gonna go down. So if I just highlight this base candle, showing us there's a huge orders here happening, So when the market decided to drop, it went down, and then before it just went up, it started creating another significant clue that this price is gonna drop after when it's going to this base. So it started creating 3Ds. So you can see here we have the first D, 1 point, 2 point, and 3 points. So this is your 3D. So this is first point, 2 point, 3 point, and then after reaching this base, the price decided to actually drop. So we literally got this setup. It was a very good setup. A lot of people got this setup. I think it was the only setup that really did well on us on CPI, but even the other setup did well because they are still in profits if you are holding. If you really listen to me telling you that it's very important for you to actually analyze the market long term, you have to see the bigger picture before you actually decide on making trades on the smaller setup, smaller time frame basically. So let's go look at the Nasdaq because we have covered the gold. I think we are covering the major ones, the most popular ones. Hey, this one, guys. So you can see here we're just uptrend, like we've spoken about the Nasdaq. So going for a sell is not a wise decision. It's the same as gold. So let's see if they're gonna give us another buy entry. So it's always nice to actually, you see, yeah, there's nothing happening now. Well, if the price decided, so there's nothing happening on the Nasdaq that we could actually spot. Let me see. You see, it's giving you a sell opportunity. This is a very nice sell. You see this compression at this point. This compression at this point. Already they're sparking, but like I said, guys, as much as this is a nice sell, but it won't work out because of the overall trend that is happening. So it's not gonna be a very nice sell. So you can see here there's a lot of like compression, and then the price is showing a huge significant sell at this point. You see there's a Quasimodo here, and then the price compressing to the level, so it might drop, but it's not a good idea to actually sell it because of the overall trend, guys. So that's what I have for you for now. So make sure you like and you subscribe and you leave a comment and tell me what you think and how has CPI been to you and how your trading journey has been. So bye for now.